Hello. Welcome. We are continuing today playing. Sorry, just 1 second here now. Bear with me here, just getting things set up. There we go, that's good. Hello again. We are playing here today some Stalker 2. I am playing on a 9800X3d and playing with an RTX 4090. The game is going great, but the game is not the most stable. It is a good game, though. I'm really enjoying it. But it's there's definitely times it crashes. So I did some work and stuff like that. I was basically reading forums and stuff, and basically they were saying there could be some the older MSI version for looking at your statistics up here could be out of date, and you need to get the beta version. So I did that and updated MSI to the beta version. And luckily, when I did that, I see that my 9800X3d values can now show. Previously, I could only show the percentage, but now I can see the full specs of my 9800X3d given the temperature, the percentage, the clock speed, and the power. So that's pretty cool. And also, the game is amazing. I do like it, but I was getting very annoyed with the stamina in this game and the weight limits. So I'm cheating. So I downloaded a mod and I've implemented that mod. And that mod basically gives me like a 500 kilogram weight limit. I know it's cheating, but the problem is with this game is like the repair cost is so damn high in this game that you need to be able to scavenge around and get weapons and stuff like that. If you leave the game at default, you can only take like 2 or 3 weapons. That's it. And even with those 2 or 3 weapons, you're still over encumbered. And being over encumbered like that, you're pretty much walking the whole game. You can't sprint, you can't do much because you're always over encumbered. So what I did is I added that mod so that I didn't have to deal with that anymore. And that's the only thing. And I played a couple hours earlier today, and this is kind of the first time I've been trying the mod, and I've been loving it. It completely changed my experience where I'm not concerned now. I'm not getting frustrated with being over encumbered. I can loot. If I'm fighting enemies, I can loot their bodies and take everything. And yeah, it's much better. But anyhow, settings-wise, we are playing today. I'm playing with HDR, but I'm using NVIDIA RTX HDR. There we go. The reason being, I can never get that to initiate. I wonder why. I might have to relaunch the game. Okay, let's try relaunching the game. It's telling me to relaunch it. The reason being is this, is in order to activate traditional HDR in this game, you have to have it in full screen mode, which is, it is what it is. It's weird, but that's what it is. Having this game run in exclusive full screen mode is very problematic. The game will crash more often. If you want to like Windows out to try to look at something or do something, the game will immediately crash, and you have to force your PC to restart. So to get around all of that, just play the game in borderless mode. At least then you can window out and do other things or whatever if need be. Like there's times if I turn the volume up like this, you see the volume bar that comes up there. If I did that on full screen mode, it crashes the game. Look, I just did it then. Uh-oh. I think something's happening. Okay, no, never mind. This game is so weird. Like, there's another thing, too, I noticed. Like, when you start the game and then exit the game, something happens with my video input. Like, you'll see black bars start to come down, and then you lose video of the screen. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's my GPU. because this is the only game that does it too. Let me just see something here. It should be okay. But anywho, this game is weird. This game definitely has more optimizing to do, and I mean a lot more. It is a fun game though, but it's a nightmare to run. Like, I was looking at my your reliability history on my PC, and ever since I started this game, it looks like every day there's issues with my PC because this game. It's just it's a hot mess, and I like it. It's really good, but it's a hot mess, man. It's not stable at all. My dog in the background, you might hear him bark. All right, so let's just see if this feature activates now. Look at this. Look at my mouse. It's just stuck. That is so weird. Okay. Okay, let's just... Okay, but anywho, I'm playing at a settings of 4K, full screen borderless. That's good. No. Okay. And graphics wise, okay, let's just make sure that was borderless. Yeah. And graphics wise, I'm playing an Epic preset, which is maxed out, and I'm playing using DLSS set to quality. And I've also using a program, which is an amazing program called DLSS Swapper. And you're able to... Ooh. I might have to restart the game again. Sorry, guys. Swap? That's because... Okay. I have to close this game out for a quick sec. Again. What happens... I want to use the latest version of DLSS. So what you have to do here, you have to close the game. Then you go into here, and there's a program called DLSS Swapper. All you have to do is click it. You say swap. And do the same thing. Now it's the latest version. And I should be able to get like all the transformer model. Let me just take a look here. One more thing. Stalker 2. Doesn't come up with the other settings. Maybe if I go refresh. Refresh. Okay. Sorry, let me just take a look. I was looking for, like, usually if you go, most programs still have a driver setting, but there isn't a driver setting here. Okay. What? It's weird. Okay. Upscale, yeah, you can't do it here. That's okay. So we got, let's just make sure here. We got 310.21, 310.21, close. Okay, let's start the game. Hopefully it behaves well. Okay. Yeah, I will say, I remember before this generation started, I was so excited for Unreal Engine 5. This game is an Unreal Engine 5, and it does look beautiful, but man, Unreal Engine games, they're very hard to make run well. Like, the game, like, this is not the only game either. Like, I've played so many Unreal Engine 5 games. Now when I've seen the game, say, like, when games started first coming out, like, I think one of the first games I played with Unreal Engine 5 was I think it was like maybe like Remnant 2 and a couple others, but I was like so excited. It's like, I can't wait to play this because it's Unreal Engine 5. Now when games come out and they're listed and advertised being Unreal Engine 5, I'm like, I'm hesitant because I'm like, it's going to have so many fucking issues that I'm going to have to deal with. Now, to be fair, like Remnant 2, I use that example. That game ran pretty well though with Unreal Engine 5. But a lot of games don't. And this game is one of them. Like, in game, when you're playing, it runs well. It's when you're loading. Like, usually the game crashes at... I'll show you here now. So let me just go through the settings again. So let me enable RTX HDR. Okay. Got display, 4K. Frame limit, no frame limit. Okay, and then graphics, everything maxed out with DLSS set to quality with frame gen on. So this is where you always run into trouble. So you'll see it load here. Watch the frame rate. There'll be a second here. It's doing it now. It resets and then starts.